We got much needed rain following what was a literal drought that led to some forest fires. And so it's nice to be able to come out here and not have to hand water everything. Again, I spoke about how this space was going to be transformed here in the next couple of weeks. And that is literally what is taking place. The garden is taking shape. Quite a bit of things that I transplanted have just exploded in growth. I do have some peas coming in. Like I said, this was a dwarf variety. My first season trying them out. Lots of starts that need homes, so I will be plugging in quite a bit of these plants here in the next, hopefully by next week. I'm still watching the weather. We have a couple of nights that are in the 40s. One thing that I do every year is I lose the tag to some plant. So this will be a surprise tomato of some sort. And these are, again, some of my favorite things in the garden this season, sugar snap peas. I just love to snack on them. They don't ever make it into the house. I did do a video of how I just upgraded some collard greens. I use netting because we get these horrible pests, from aphids to biting insects that love to eat the greens, and they will get to it before I do. So the netting is very effective and keeping the pests off the greens. One of my favorite things this season, again, is the David Austin rose. This one is a climbing rose. Guys, do not grow your roses like this. This is a what not to do. So obviously I need to upgrade my trellis in terms of this climbing rose. It has outgrown this trellis, outgrown the space. The smell on this rose is absolute divine. Again, another project. I need to get this green stock planted up, hopefully by this weekend. That will be one of get off my to-do list in regards to the garden. This space is also slowly transforming. Lots of garlic in this space, lots of onions. I do need to come in here and weed whack everything, but I do have berries that are putting on quite a bit of green leaf. I don't know how well they'll do this season. We had not so agreeable weather, so I don't have a whole lot of bloom. I don't really know how much berries I will get, but this one has no bloom. This one has very little bloom. But again, maybe it's a sun issue, maybe it's a soil issue, but we'll see how the rest of the season goes in terms of the blueberries back here in this corner. I did finally get around to trellising my peas, and they soon will be laying pods. These are my purple potted peas. I also have some garlic and onions that are going to flower, which is kind of a bummer. That's an indicator that these plants are spent, and it's very early in the season for them to do this. Squash that I did transplant out here, I'll see how they do. We do suffer from horrible vine borers. Last year I was successful in growing them in this area. I do like to pinch the flowers off of my tomatoes when they're about this small in hopes to encourage more growth. I do have volunteer tomatoes everywhere from last season. Keeping an eye on the baby eggs. Again, don't know what bird decided to put its nest in here. Something else that my green stock is growing. Another wonderful thing about this garden this time of year is all the meals I'm able to make just by harvesting the greens and whatever I can find that is growing in the garden. So being able to eat fresh is an added bonus.